Hi, I'm Rich Noonan for World Business Watch, a program in which we look at companies that are changing our world. Today, mainnet, powering the smart grid. Mainnet Communications is our focus today because mainnet figures to be a big player in the major change that's going on in the electric power industry, not only in the U.S., but across the world.
The utilities are going to invest over the next 10 years in the United States alone over $100 billion to create a smart electric grid.
Joe Marsili is a former executive at an investor-owned utility, and he's very confident that some of that huge investment will be coming to mainnet. Marsili is mainnet's CEO, and he knows firsthand what his customers worry about and what they need.
When I had to make technology decisions, my greatest concern and fear of making a technology decision was my decisions were all 20-year investments. And making a decision on a technology today, as fast as technology changes, am I going to buy a system today that 5 years from now is going to be obsolete, that I won't be able to use, that I'll have to replace because there's going to be something that's better out there. And one of the things that mainnet does for our utility customers that are looking at smart grid is provide them with a future-proof platform.
Mainnet's smart grid technology is standards-based, which is very important. That means the utility can interface with anything that operates on that open standard. Mainnet's standard is Internet Protocol, TCP/IP, and because of that, utilities can choose many vendors for applications. Mainnet's communication technology that it is already deployed on power lines is a broadband communication pipeline, which means it has enough bandwidth to meet the applications for smart grid today and, importantly, in the future. Things such as allowing utilities to do advanced instantaneous reading of all of their electric meters from a computer. No more sending out crews to read the meters. Mainnet technology allows utilities to control power loads, to warn customers of power problems in their home or businesses, water leaks in the home or business. You name it, if it involves the power coming into a home or business, mainnet can control it like never before, with an enormous capacity for what the future holds.
As a former utility executive, you couldn't have a better situation. Open source, standards-based, and the capacity to meet my requirements today and into the future. It's just, that's the problem that I saw for electric utilities today.
Mainnet has a proven track record in hundreds of thousands of homes over more than 7 years. In fact, mainnet systems are making grid smarter all over the world. Aside from the U.S., mainnet is powering the smart grid in parts of Italy, Switzerland, Germany, and Austria, with many more systems on the drawing board. The city of Lebanon, Indiana is a quintessential American town, about 15,000 people served by their own municipally run utility. And because of mainnet, Lebanon, Indiana is on the cutting edge of smart grid.
Our grid is as smart as any grid available in the United States or the world for that matter.
Randy Parsons is the IT and Telecommunications Manager for Lebanon Utilities. He's also a national authority on broadband applications and recently chaired the National Broadband Conference. Randy spends a lot of his time out in the field testing and trying new technologies. And after looking at all broadband over power line and smart grid providers, he chose mainnet.
As far as the mainnet equipment goes, when we start talking about what's different about it, mainnet has a custom MAC layer embedded into its equipment. What that does for that equipment is it allows us to stack that equipment up out many devices out, and it manages communications between those devices, and it's dynamic and allows those devices, if one drops out, to go and connect to another device that's close or closer. And it continually grooms itself to have the best possible communications. And that's a huge advantage over the other technologies that I've seen so far.
Randy took us into the future. He will soon be able to control his entire city's grid on a laptop computer using mainnet's technology. The city of Princeton, Illinois also installed mainnet equipment, first to deliver broadband service. And now Princeton officials are planning smart grid applications. More and more municipal power companies like Princeton and Lebanon are choosing mainnet. The reason is simple. Mainnet's technology works. It is the best on the market. Jason Bird runs Princeton's power company.
Mainnet has got the solution. Their equipment is really easy to install. It's easy to work with. We've gotten good support from mainnet. We've been able to call somebody. They've, whether we got them right on the phone at that time, they responded quickly and got back to us in a timely fashion. Anytime we needed somebody to show up here, they would get somebody here. And it's been a real easy. It was a real easy decision for us, and I think, especially for those municipalities who have their own electric utility, it really becomes an easy solution.
Bird says the fact that mainnet's equipment is small and easy to install led him to ensure that every corner of this city is ready for smart grid.
We chose early on that we were going to put equipment on every transformer in our system, whether we had an internet customer on the end of that. We wanted to get the benefit as an electric utility, and that was our decision, is to put on every piece of every transformer out there, get us an outage detection system set up through mainnet and work with them on that. And when their lights go out, our guys here at the power plant, which is manned 24 hours a day, will know at the same time our customer. I think it'd be kind of neat having an electric utility call you up and ask you if your power's out.
We went out with a utility crew in Princeton and watched them install mainnet's equipment. It literally took less than 15 minutes. Whether it's a small city like Princeton or a big city around the world, utility companies are having a tough time keeping up with the power demand. Back in 2003, 50 million people in North America were affected by a blackout after a failure on an Ohio power grid. Things like that will not happen to utilities who use mainnet technology, and that's why the future of mainnet communications is so bright. Al Rickenbacker spent over 30 years at Pennsylvania Power and Light, one of the big boys in the utility world. He is retired from PP&L now and is a consultant who could recommend any company's technology to his clients. He's a big fan of mainnet.
Mainnet's equipment works very well. It has a number of advantages that we like very much and are able to to recommend to our clients and customers. It's something easy for the lineman to handle and install, even if he can't access the pole with a conventional bucket truck. It's also weather resistant, in and of itself, which is very nice. It comes pre-connectorized. All the connections are already made up and with plug-in connectors. So there's not a lot of wiring that has to take place on the pole, which again is important when you're installing this stuff. It makes it simple, makes it quick and easy, which translates, of course, into low-cost installation.
In the final analysis, mainnet looks to be on the verge of something huge. The company has a history of success, and mainnet has 3 big advantages.
1, it's open source, open protocol, TCP/IP. 2, it's a broadband communication, making it future-proof for the utilities, allowing it to work with any applications into the future that they haven't even thought of today. 3, it's easily deployed and worry-free for utilities, and it's been demonstrated to be easily deployed and worry-free.
Mainnet Communications on our World Business Watch. Mainnet, powering the smart grid today and for decades to come. I'm Rich Noonan. I'll see you next time.